This second video illustrates an abbreviated case consisting of the structuring steps up to the measuring steps. You can refer to earlier videos for how to do anytime or team time measuring. We'll start by creating another new comparing project. We may want to delete the old one first. And then, using the same extract file, select an abbreviated set of objectives and the alternatives that we worked with before. So here we are back in Comparion. We'll go to the home and I'll click on here and just delete what we did before. And now we'll say new project 00 ABU Abbreviated and my initials. And now we'll go to structure objectives, and then we'll go to the extract document. On page 6 we have an abbreviated set of objectives. Select them, Control C, and back to our Comparion, and then we'll add this below the goal, paste from the clipboard, and then click OK. We'll then structure our alternatives, go back to the Word document, back in the Word document on page 5, again selecting the alternatives or the projects, and in Comparion we'll then add them, paste from the clipboard, and we have our projects. Next we'll look at structuring contributions. We'll see which objectives each of the projects contributes to. And so in this step we map alternative contributions to objectives. This helps to reduce the amount of measurement we have to do in the measurement step. The Word document has an initial set of mappings, and they were, after iteration, revised to these sets. And so what we need to do is to go into Comparion, and for each of the objectives, deselect those alternatives that do not contribute. So I'm going to pull this to the side. And for the first covering objective, we deselect 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 9, 10, 11. Now 11 is a project that has 3 different parts, so if we deselect one part, we deselect all of them if they don't contribute. It's possible that one could contribute and the others not, but not typically. And we'll deselect 13 and 14 as well. Okay, we'll do this again with the other covering objectives according to this chart that's in the PowerPoint. I'll skip that step in the video now and just restart the video after I do that. Actually, let me not skip the step. Let me show you a shortcut. We can deselect the entire column and then add back in those that do contribute, since there are a few that contribute and don't contribute. So number 2, 7, 8, 9, and 13. Now I'll stop the video and do them while you're waiting. Okay, so I entered those and I restart the video. Notice for 11, when 11 contributes, I checked all 3 parts of 11, A, B, and C. Next, we will structure participants and enter the participants. And here's a listing of participants and their functions, their roles in the organization. There's also a page in the extract file that has just their names and emails. We'll use that next. So on page 9 of the extract file, we'll copy these to the clipboard and put them into the companion model. So here they are in page 9. And highlight, Control-C to put it on the clipboard. Back to the companion model. Now we'll select Structure Participants. We'll add participants and paste them from the clipboard. And here we have our participants. Next, we'll structure the participant roles. They're set up here so that the 3 top-level executives will evaluate just the objectives, and the other people will evaluate just the alternatives. And so these people will evaluate just the objectives, and these people will evaluate just the alternatives. So we'll go down to participant roles, and by default, everybody evaluates everything. So for the objectives, we do not want the bottom 3 people to evaluate the objectives. So we'll click and shift click and select these 3 and deselect so they will not evaluate the objectives. And then for the alternatives, we'll select the top 4 One too many here, and deselect each of these, and so they will be evaluating only the objectives and not the alternatives. Of course, the other people will evaluate the alternatives. Then we can also go to the Manage Project icon, look at the project status, and be able to see how many judgments each of the people have to make. I'm in here as a facilitator, and this is useful during the team time if we do a team time, but in reality I won't be making any judgments at all. The next phase would be to collect judgments and data where appropriate from the participants. We need this for the relative importance of the objectives and for the anticipated contributions of the alternatives toward the objectives. A combination of any time and team time sessions can be used. In terms of measurement types, objectives are always prioritized with relative measures, pairwise comparisons. In this resource allocation project, the alternatives will be prioritized with ratings. They could be done with pairwise, but there would be too many of them. So we're going to use either ratings. We could use step functions or utility curves as explained last week, but this is set up to use just the ratings. And so in the next video, we will load a project that's already been evaluated so we can save time not having to do the evaluation for this exercise.